Happy Black History Month! What's up? I know. We need to have like an audio boy here. It's our time, baby. It's our time.
What is it?
Nah, welcome to Tech-Teenth, where Black excellence and tech meets.
Heavy on the Black excellence.
Heavy on the Black excellence all month long. Actually, all year long.
All year long. All life long.
All life long.
Sure.
All of the things.
Black excellence.
Listen. But it's your girl, Janita.
It's C. Jones.
It's O'Ricks from the 252. Like, share, subscribe, comment, but mostly subscribe. We need y'all. Thank y'all. We love y'all. And happy Black History Month, everybody.
And if y'all wondering why we got all this red, it is a month of love too. So we said we're gonna do it hard this week.
And birthday month.
And birthday month.
All month. Because I ain't got no love to be loving on. So I'm gonna be celebrating Charles all month.
Oh shit.
Pause. That was a good one.
Well done.
But we got Black History Month. We got the month of love. We got to celebrate Charles. We litty this month.
Turning 40 this month, man.
Yeah, man. Big 4-0. How you feeling?
Another decade.
It's a milestone, man. I'm excited, man. I get to bring my people together, family, friends, just all walks of life. So, it's going to be a good time. I'm going to plan something big for us to do. So,
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Same.
I'm excited.
Well, I wanted to kick off this episode, since it is Black History Month, with a little tech Black history. Specifically, want to shout out Dr. Marion Croak. Yes, want to make sure I say it. Dr. Croak, she is the woman who she had 200 patents, and most of those patents are the underlying technology that we use every day in Zoom, FaceTime, Skype, and in my own app, Face-to-Face. So thank you, Dr. Marion Croak, for your contribution to the world, because we wouldn't even have FaceTime if it weren't for your ideas and your vision. Like we talked about last episode. Her vision got all these companies making billions of dollars.
Yes.
So, yes, thank you, Dr. Croak, and we love you, and we appreciate your contributions, and happy Black History Month.
Thank you for embodying Black excellence in tech meeting.
Yeah, without you, we wouldn't have 100 hours of meetings a week.
I know.
We COVID, doing
the work remote. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks so much. We appreciate you. No.
Yeah.
It is amazing. Well, after our fact, like we said, it's not only, actually, I'm going to call back Charles's thing. Black is love, okay?
Black is love.
Black is love. So in this, season of Blackness and love, we're going to talk a little bit about love languages today.
Okay.
But not in the romantic relationship sense.
Okay, good.
But
why not?
Because I don't want to talk about romance.
That's good.
Everybody push all your reels about how to self-love and all the I don't need anybody for Valentine's Day.
This is not a relationship. No Galentine.
Send it to me. Send it to me.
His way. He needs it right now.
I swear I do.
Wow.
Nah, but in this season of love, you okay?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that was.
Oh, okay. So we're going to talk about the love languages, but how they
the career love
still go towards your career. So all those same love languages that we have, and for those who aren't familiar, there are 5 love languages.
Yep.
So you have words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and then physical touch, which in this sense we're just going to say is presence and not physical touch, because don't touch your coworkers.
Don't touch nobody at work.
Please, dear God, do not
please
touch
don't.
What I was taught is don't get your honey
where you get your money.
Don't get your honey where you
That
get
is
your money.
Listen, a lot of people should have gone by that.
Yes.
Listen.
Yeah.
We know the infamous, what was
The
it,
CEO
last year?
at the concert.
At the concert, the
Yeah.
Coldplay concert.
He was getting the money in the honey.
Listen, they couldn't walk out of
You
that.
ain't needing
As
that
hard as
now.
they tried.
Yeah.
Listen.
But yeah, so what are your career love languages help define?
Wait, we ain't talked about the actual career love language. We only went to the real love languages.
No, they're okay. Sorry, they're the same. So let me do some correlation. Okay. Sorry.
No,
So,
in career terms, those are
in
the
career
different ones.
terms, well, I mean, same
same.
difference. We can
Okay.
walk through them as a high level overview, and then we'll break them down. So first, words of affirmation in career terms is basically your recognition and feedback that you receive. Acts of service is support of teammates, mentors, receiving gifts, compensation, perks, quality time, one-on-one mentorship, thoughtful leadership. I'll also add like great teams that you actually work with and interact with. And then physical touch, or what we're saying is presence, is actually feeling included, seen, and respected.
Yeah.
So
there we go.
Yes. Yes.
Now I understand.
So,
on the career side.
do you guys know? Let's start with if we know what our love languages are.
On the career side, right?
On the career
on the career side. On the career side. And
we'll have to have a separate episode.
I would say early in my career, it was about the quality time, the mentors and the sponsors. I think the sponsors, we were actively engaged in these consulting firms, and we were one of hundreds of thousands of people. So getting the right person to kind of help guide you early in your career, so you didn't start off on the wrong track, was very important to me. So that was my early love language in my career. Now in this setting today, if I look at this list, I would probably say it's the words of affirmation. Is how I want to receive that love career wise.
Okay.
Yeah, and I know you guys are gonna say something, but yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna say it first. Yeah. So again, now it's words of affirmation. So I want that recognition, that feedback.
Okay. So for me, similarly, early in my career was different from now, because early in my career, recognition and feedback was mine, right? So the words of affirmation. I needed to hear that I was doing great. I needed you to tell me I was doing great. Now I don't care about nothing you say out your mouth. Receiving gifts, compensation and perks. You can say all you want, but if it don't translate to the money, keep it in your mouth. So making sure you give me that recognition and feedback where it matters most, which is in my compensation and my perks.
I want you to hold that. I want to let Janita go first, and then I want to get back to this money because I want to see what she got.
No. Oh, okay. Well, if you want to. So I would say similarly, when I started, I cared a lot about how I was received and if I was doing the job right, because I didn't know what I was doing. So I'd say I start with words of affirmation. Then I actually went to more of like that physical touch and presence, because I wanted to feel seen. I wanted to be respected, because at that point, after the feedback, I might have gotten, raises and all that stuff. So I wanted to actually say, okay, I need you to see who I am and the work I'm doing. And then as I got burnt out and stopped caring, then I got into a space of give me gifts. Like I want more pay. I want the titles, like other things were driving me. And then now I really don't know. Like I might work through it, and I have to come back to where I am right now, because I don't know really what embodies how I feel and what makes me happy, because ownership isn't really in here. Of like, I just like the thought of like, man, no more red tape. Like, I don't know. Maybe it is back to like words of affirmation, but not necessarily in like feedback from a leadership or like someone else, but like feedback in the business is running well, or like, the idea went off the way we anticipated. So I don't know.
And maybe for you, it's that physical touch or that presence that you're looking for now. Is that being seen, being heard? That's being respected, because now you have that title, you're at that level. So I would probably put that in that category, is that presence that you get to hold.
Maybe it's weird though, because I feel like it's a little less about me personally and more about how other people are taking the brand, which isn't just me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like it's a collected effort that I'm steering, right? Strategy, but it's not necessarily like I need a pat on the back. I need people to buy these products.
At the end of the day.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. Anyway.
So I gotta challenge the not to say it's wrong, no, we shouldn't be there, but why I didn't select I thought about that one heavy. Like, is it the money that I want to be at right now? But for me, I feel like being on that side of a leader and having to distribute funds to individuals. And so I know how it works for most companies. There's a bucket of money that gets passed out every single year to everybody because of inflation. So I feel like it's almost that companies are checking off a box saying, here you go. Here's some more money to keep working. But what does that really do from a love perspective? Because they're doing to you what they're doing to everybody else. So how's that showing you love? So that's how I took it.
I mean, I think it's the same as, if we can equate this to the love languages, where like some people run away from receiving gifts because it's like, well, I don't want people to think I'm materialistic. But if that's how you've been designed to understand or recognize that somebody's giving you love is through gifts, and like, I could say I want you to tell me I'm pretty or that you love me, but I'd actually really prefer, it doesn't even have to be something expensive. Like I prefer you take my car to get I guess that's more acts of service. But
before you answer that, because I know personally when you're working at certain consulting firms and had like pay freezes, where's the love?
I mean, but that's
I
the
didn't
point.
feel any love.
Right. You don't
I
feel
wasn't
it.
feeling the love, so that's why I left. I left that relationship because I wouldn't give my love language like you should do with any relationship. If you
Exactly.
get your love language is heard, leave.
Oh
You
man,
got to.
that's funny. Yeah.
So to your question, right? I also feel like sometimes they don't check that box. You just said there was a pay freeze. Sometimes it ain't no love right there. Or sometimes it's 2 fingers, get out. Like, we relieving you of your duties here. So just because I get that conversation at the end of the year don't mean like it's all good, but it helps me feel good. It helps me, feel like I'm appreciated.
Yeah.
That's the key too. It makes me feel appreciated. So I think that's what it translates to. When you pay me more, I feel more appreciated. And don't mean that they correlate, but it helps me mentally think that I'm more appreciated because you are compensating me more for doing the job that I'm supposed to do.
And I'll give you that. I think for me, like the recognition of feedback comes with the money, in my opinion. Yeah. So maybe that's where it's like, as long as I'm getting recognition of feedback and I get to your point, to the point of feeling heard, being seen, it's like all that ties in with me, but I'm not more so like, oh, I got my money, thank you. But it's like knowing that I'm more so secure in this role. And if I decide to leave, okay, good. But also knowing like I'm on the right path, I'm doing the right things too.
But I think it's similar again to how you should view love languages, which is one, you're not isolated to one. Like if somebody was like, well, what love languages do you like? I'm like, well, if you can give them all, I'll take them all, right? Like, I would love a little piece of everything. But what I know is the leading one that, to your point, it's like, if you're not going to pay me, then I'm out. Like, what is that for you that it's like, this is a non-negotiable? And then if that should be kind of your primary love language. But I don't know that anybody's like, I need one and the rest can go. Like, that's never actually the reality.
Yeah. So why does it matter, honestly, right? Why do these career love languages even matter for us? Because for me, when I was thinking about it and looking at love language, looking at what they were, I realized like based on the love language I have, career love language I have, it'll determine what roles I would apply for or even want to stay in. Yeah. So it's very impactful to think about, relate this back to why it matters to why, right? So I was just wondering y'all thoughts. Why do you feel like this matters at all?
I look at early in my career, and I believe you introduced me to one of my mentors, Will Smith, and we were both at EY. And literally when he said it's time to go, it was time to go, and that's how much I just I held his word and just that truth. And I respected his guidance and his teaching. So, I mean, he helped set me to where I am today. Yeah. I never would have took that risk if it wasn't for him. Not, just giving it to him, and more praises to Will Smith.
Not that Will Smith either.
not
Jada's Will.
Yeah.
Well,
Smith,
Will.
Yeah. Will Smith here in Atlanta.
Yeah. Shout out Will.
Yeah. But I think it's important for everybody, right? So with any relationship, right, you have certain things you look for. You look to receive, you look to give, and it's human nature, right? So no matter what you do, you love doing something or you hate doing something. So.
Yeah. And on that same, to answer my question again, right? I read that lack of recognition is always one of the top 3 reasons why people leave a company or a job or a role. So that plays into their love language. They feel like they need to be recognized as a love language and they're not getting it. They're going to be out, right? I don't really need the recognition on paper or out loud, as long as it comes in when it's supposed to. Because you can praise me all year in front of everybody, and then when the feedback reviews come around, I don't see none of that praise in there, which translates to how much money I'm gonna get, bonuses and stuff.
Right. That's
I'm
like, tied into it.
Say it when it matters. Don't say it just to be saying it.
Okay, that's fair.
Or the worst is actually you get a glowing review and they're like, just the 2%, and you're like,
only the 2, that ain't cost of living inflation increase.
Like,
eggs cost
nothing.
Right.
Okay, so I'm gonna put a little spin here for you guys. We don't have this in our notes.
Okay. Here she goes.
Similarly to how we should look at the love languages, as not just how you receive love, but how do you give love?
Ooh.
And so
I'm ready.
Okay.
So ask me to repeat anything if you need.
Okay.
But where do you feel like you actually give the best love language? So for words of affirmation, that would be you speak positively about your work and progress. Acts of service, you support your career through preparation and care. So things like upskilling, taking courses, building systems, mentoring others. Receiving gifts, you invest financially in your career. So spending your own money on tools, educations, conferences. Quality time, you dedicate focused, intentional time to your career growth. So blocking time for deep work, strategy, reflection. And then presence, because of course we're not even going to say that we love back in physical touch, but presence. You place yourself in rooms where decisions are made. So you network intentionally, speak up in meetings, seek visibility.
I think my two that resonated with me would be acts of service.
Okay.
I
agree.
just being
You're a
supportive
big
of
mentor
people.
person.
Yeah, I love the mentorship. I love talking to others, helping them in their careers, guiding, and then vice versa. I love receiving that piece. So I love giving it as well. And then I would probably say that the what you just mentioned, the presence, the physical touch. That's what's kind of taking that time aside and just speaking up. And you guys know me. I love to just start trouble. But I love playing devil's advocate and it's like asking those questions. It's like, and I sit in some corporate meetings. I'm like, what the hell are y'all talking about? Do y'all hear yourselves? So you just press record next time on the Zoom call, right?
Yeah.
Dr. Croak.
Yeah.
And
Croak.
that's where I've learned to have my voice and honor my voice and present in those pieces. I love hearing that. So
Yeah,
I agree. When you first asked it, I was thinking giving as a leader. So can I switch it up? Even throw another curveball in your curveball?
Sure, go ahead.
So like as a leader, how do I give love languages to my direct reports, right? And so for me, it is recognition and feedback, but in the bigger rooms, right? I can tell them, hey, you did great when we're on a one-on-one, but when we're in front of everyone else, I'll call them out and give shout outs. I'll say, hey, shout out to XYZ, like I did with you in a few pods ago. I was like, shout out to Janita for doing this. I do that at work. I make sure everyone feels like their contributions are recognized. I would also say like acts of service, mentorship, like being both of us, we're huge on mentoring because we are products of a successful mentoring and sponsorships, right? And so we feel like we gotta give back because what's the name of the thing? Lift as you climb, right? So as we continue to go up the corporate ladder and become even higher up leaders, C-suite executives, like we still have to give back to people who were at the beginning of their career, middle career, whatever. So with those acts of service and mentoring and sponsoring, really gives me that joy and passion that I love to have, giving that love to someone else.
Yeah. Just to shake it up, I will say for me, at some point, it was receiving gifts in the sense of I invested. Now, granted, I not finessed. I made a deal. I made a deal to get the money back. But I basically proposed to my last corporate job, hey, I want to go back to school, get deep in data science to actually help us understand and kind of build out the team that you've assigned me. If I pass and get through this, will you reimburse me? But I had to take a bet on myself and actually invest that initial money into it before they would pay me back. And so I do think that, and like always making sure I have some sort of learning in anything I do is always a big way that I show love back or kind of dedication back. And then to the team perspective though, the people, big words of affirmation that's tied in with that presence of like when I was in the corporate space, I also gave feedback that may not have been viewed at the time as positive, but it was helpful of like, hey, if you want to get here, if you want to do this, you're going to have to heed this feedback and perform on it. But I do think tracking wins and then to your point in the rooms that matter, because of course, once you're on the other side of the table, you understand and it can either make you love ex-bosses or kind of not like them as much where it's like, no, you actually do have power in that room to say, no, I want this person to get the 5% bump and I'm not shifting from that. Like I want them to be in the higher ranks because they've done much more. This is the impact to my team. And it is a lot of times, and actually don't let any manager tell you it was out of my hands. It's never out of their hands. It's just about how much they advocate for you. And so being on that other end, I've also understood, right, as you grow though, unfortunately, because money isn't available to everyone like that. You likely have one. So I would always make sure like, hey, whoever my one is for the year that I know I want to fight for, I want to get one of those top spots that when the team of 12 gets in and there are only 2 spots to get the highest pay raise or whatever possible out of the entire group, I want to really set that person up for success to get it.
Yeah, and you asked us why we need to understand these things early, and it ties back into Janita's point that the people you understand, the people that know you, they can show empathy and true emotions to your work-life balance. Those are people who you will work the hardest for and work the hardest for you. So it's that common and mutual respect. Like, I'm listening to you, I know what you need, so I'm going to do that for you so you can bust your ass even harder, down the road. So it's reciprocal.
Yeah.
1000%. 1000%.
Yeah, I saw a study on Gen Z and millennials, and they said they felt that, or they ranked that feeling respected and supported was above having a nice title or title prestige, as they call it. So, what do y'all feel like? Would you rank feeling respected and supported above having a higher title, or would you take the disrespect and not support to be in a higher title?
It's no disrespect, period.
Okay, so it don't matter, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
sorry. Okay, because while obviously this is not a life I lived, should I say this? Okay, whatever, we'll see. So it's one of those things where like, and this is no offense to people who choose this, I don't think you're disrespecting yourself if that's the way that you have entered this lens. When I think about like, if OnlyFans was around before I had a husband, before I had a kid, and I knew, no, well, maybe, right? But it's like one of those, like, growing up, and I'm sorry, this got a little illicit, but like where that space was for us, it just felt so cheesy. It never felt like you could be a multi-millionaire from it. And it really, I was like, I'm never doing that. Like, why would I do that? But then if I'm in a space where I'm like, wait, I could make $10 million a month?
Yeah.
And people just walking down the street telling me I'm cute? Oh, baby.
Yeah,
I think in a different time, I might disrespect myself, because at some point, if somebody's like, I can't believe you did that, I'd be like, well, that same saying of like, I'd rather cry in a rose than in a hundred. And it's my own money. Like, I don't know. So I will say there's a caveat of like, if the price is right, and there is a time where it's like, I mean, because also with that much money, you can scrub the internet at some point. Like, if you've seen it, you saw it. Yeah. But if it's gone, it's gone. I don't know. So there's certain things.
Yeah, I love it.
So it's a bit extreme, but I will say, I mean, like in a different time, again, different space.
Sure,
it's nothing like you can search the internet, you ain't finding nothing. But it's one of those things where it's like, for maybe certain things like risk reward, I don't know.
For 8-9 figures.
Shoot, people making trips to Dubai every day.
That's a real thing.
So what about you? You say you want to say no disrespect. No disrespect.
I didn't even think about it in a long while. I don't know like what it would be for me to take disrespect for a high
like role. Say if you became a C-suite exec tomorrow, but the CEO is mad disrespectful and just don't support you but you getting paid that $1 a year and you got a C in front of your title.
But you know what? So I do be wanting to challenge people sometimes. And like you could say a lot across the Zoom. I don't have to see you in person, bro.
Oh, that was my favorite. It was always a pull-up.
I've been that person. If you're not that person in real life, I have to challenge somebody to boxing at a kickoff, a sales kickoff. Like, you did what in college? Let's go out back real quick, bro. I ain't too many drinks. You know, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. But still, you know, I think some people talk tough and disrespectful, but it's like, are you being disrespectful to the work? Are you criticizing the work? Or are you actually disrespecting me? That's a difference.
Okay, that's true.
See,
you can criticize the work, but you're not gonna disrespect me as a person, as a man.
And maybe this is the same way I look at the OnlyFans thing. Of like, you know, some things I fully shifted my mindset of like, most people don't have that much power over me. And somebody I don't know, I don't know, and I'm also the inappropriate person where people will yell and get mad and I'm laughing because I'm like, why are we acting like a child right now? Like come on, we're beyond this. So I do think there's like the certain lane of like disrespect which is I think why I went to that, because I'm like, in a corporate setting, I don't know, like I've had people call me a bitch. I've had people like insinuate like, oh, cause you're like, you know, doing the things where I could tell they wanted to like try and incite some sort of emotion. And I'm like, dude, you don't have to do better than that. Like, if you think you're the first person, that was literally my response. I will never forget it. This Indian dude, but he literally was like, I don't know, you're actually being a little bitch right now. I was like, if you think you're the first person that's called me this, you are sadly mistaken. I don't care. Like, do the work.
They feel untouchable at some points, but some people do. But
So how do y'all feel about, or have you been
answer?
What? Would I be disrespecting?
Your own question.
I'm kind of like you. I'm like, is it disrespecting me or the work? If it's disrespecting the work, I can kind of get over that because like we all have different perspectives and we all see and want have a different vision for end products of or work products. But like, if you disrespecting me, you
laying hands, no more.
I knew you were gonna say. I have had to lay hands on somebody at work.
Had to bless someone
It
one
wasn't at
time.
work. It was after work at a function, happy hour. Drinks were
Lord.
involved. But I was being disrespected. You're right. Damn, that's a good point. I was being disrespected a lot, and I couldn't take it. And this guy, he was above me, a manager above me. It wasn't my manager, but he had a higher role. Yeah, he kept disrespecting me. One of those Australians, man, thought he could talk to a Black American any kind of way. And I said, no, sir, we in America now, bro.
Again, I keep telling
Allegedly.
people. Allegedly.
You know?
But also, that's what I say, man. Them Black people of 1975, God 65, God bless them. They were great, but
we ain't them. We're not them.
That's
We're
a different breed.
That was the last day he disrespected me, though.
Oh, I'm sure.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Okay,
So-
question around this, though.
Okay.
I had a couple of them if we got time. One is, can being too focused on how you want to be valued actually limit your career growth?
Yes. Let me start.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I had this happen, right? So like I said early on, recognition, feedback, I was getting all that, but not the compensation. So I thought as long as I keep getting the recognition and feedback and they keep saying I'm doing great and everybody loves me, the clients love me, the partners love me, the senior managers love me, I'm good. But when I really look at it, I'm like, that stuff really is good, but it's not going to get me to the next level. So I had to get to get the money I wanted and get the higher advancements in my career. I had to leave because all that good, you're doing great job, Otis, keep at it, wasn't getting me more promotions or getting my career advancement quicker. So yeah, I had to dip out.
Honestly, I see it as nagging a little bit. If you're not focusing on yourself and growing your skill set and just kind of like, well, how did I do? It's like, just go do the work. And if it doesn't come to fruition, like you said earlier, leave. Somebody will recognize who you are and what your work is being done. But if you're constantly attacked, and I'm telling you, people in leadership hate that.
Yeah.
Oh,
they hate that.
Hate it.
We hate that.
When I tell you, if I had a team of 10 and 8 were talking to me about their career growth on one-on-ones, I would want to pull my hair out.
Yeah, I told a story
all the time, or like just one, because they got to talk to you about that. You're responsible.
Sorry, you know
partly,
what I'm talking about. I'm talking about 8 people who are like, so the next cycle, can I get promoted? And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, that's too much.
Everybody has managers, right? So again, one manager might have 8 people, and then them 8 people, they might have 8 people. And it's like, I'm not talking to 64 people. I'm talking to my manager. They're in these roles for a reason. So I'm talking to them and go talk to them. I'm not the one that's going to promote all these people up under me. But I told a story last week where when I came into my current company, my manager, she was younger than I was. She had less experience than me, but I'm like, I wasn't about to go in here and just be like, oh, I should have her role. I should be the manager. I'm like, I'm here to learn. I went to a completely new industry to learn something completely new. I said, well, I'm gonna bring all my best assets and my abilities to make her job easy. And that's what I did. So when people look at my journey, they were like, damn, Charles got promoted every single year. Because I was like, again, what was it? Supportive teammates. I was supporting everything. I'm like, what do you have to do? Can I do this? I'm like, why not? So at some point, is again, her mouthpiece speaking about me went to all her leadership, and it's like, that's why it helps me to be where I am today. And that was years ago. So I'm not asking, I said, can I get promoted? Can I get promoted? Like, no, like, you feel like I should be promoted? All right, cool.
Yeah.
I actually think it completely demolishes your career growth. In my opinion, because, and I shouldn't say completely, but I do think
you say completely demolished. Damn.
Well, because I do think you need to voice what keeps you around. But to your point, if you are constantly like, hey, why don't you give me what I need? Because one of the strongest things, and anybody out there, please listen. I know it's hard sometimes, especially if you haven't necessarily been, even if you don't want to be on the other side of leadership. But like, business is a business. And unfortunately, you can work your butt off. You can do everything right. And there can literally just not be a business reason for us to have another manager. That once I had to break it down to somebody, like, I don't mean this in any vindictive, any nasty way, but if you really want a promotion, you are going to have to quit. You're going to have to look for another job because, and I had to literally like lay out the stakes of like, if you get promoted to manager, who is going to be on your team? Because we're already lean, and we like the requirements to have another manager means that collectively we can at least pull a team of 6 together. And so if you can't look around and see where we can get a team of 6, it's literally pointless, and it would be a waste of money regardless of how great you are, you know? And so it is sometimes those things where it's like, just you have to make sure you're doing what's right for you at all times.
So I got another question, because I know all three of us have said that up here. If we're not getting the love language, leave. Okay, what if you aren't getting your love language, your career love language, and can't leave? What else should you do?
You stay in an abusive relationship.
I say have a conversation with the people who aren't giving you the love languages. If your manager isn't recognizing, well, yeah, but that doesn't mean you're not. So you're not getting it. Let me rephrase it. If you're not getting your career love languages at work and leaving isn't an option, what do you do?
I think first you have to take a full view of why you're not getting that love language and if it's really not able to be received.
Is it systemic? Is it embedded in the company?
Because back to what I just said, right? With like, okay, if your love language is receiving gifts and you're not opening your eyes to, hey, I haven't attended the last all hands or I haven't read the last financial report, and you don't recognize like, hey, we're not profitable, I'm likely not going to get that part of this. It's either then, right, you lean into another love language that you have, because again, you still have multiple that you like. It just might be the one that's the driving force. So if it is like, hey, actually, I believe in this company, and maybe when I sit back, I can rest on affirmation or the work that I do or what I contribute to actually be my love language, I can stay. But I do also agree with Charles where it's like, I mean, can't is also very subjective to your own view and your own opinion. Yes, the job market is tight. Yes, it is tough, but that doesn't mean it's nothing at all, right? It could mean, right? Hey, that 120-240 question, you might need to change your answer from 120 working from home, and now I don't have a job or whatever it is, to know, hey, I'm going to have to give a little to get a little.
Yeah. What about you? If you aren't getting the love languages at work,
it's tough, right? Because I feel like it's a lot of this stuff is temporary too, right? So I think about my career and how long I've had a manager. It might be a year, it might be 2 years, it might be 3 years. Like it changes, right? So I'm not going to leave this company based off of one person, right? I look at that career love language as it's a company wide. So it's like, again, I think in any relationship, any marriage, whatever we want to relate this to, it's waves, it's cyclical, right? It goes up and down, right? So yeah, I think there's going to be more. I'm hoping there's more peaks than valleys, right?
Yeah.
So I look forward to that.
So you're looking forward for the tide to change, essentially, and hopefully it just works
and
out.
I'll be honest, bro. A lot of my leadership, my managers, they late 50s, 60s. That's a few more years. We have somebody.
So you can wait it out.
It's inevitable.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm enjoying my job and my current role, yes, and my career or my trajectory, yes.
Yeah. So I agree with both of y'all statements. Mine, back to where I was saying, is communicate. I mean, if you're not getting what you think you need or deserve, speak up. Like, say something to your manager. It might not go the way you want it to go, but at least for me, I would feel better if I had the conversation and got rejected versus not having a conversation and always wondering what if.
I agree with you to an extent. Do you have that type of relationship with your managers to even have that conversation? Because I think it's a little bit, it's some empathy there. There's some relationship boundaries there that need to be met prior to that too, because again, you don't want to seem like you're nagging. To me, again, I look at this now.
If you're not having one-on-ones with your manager, that's a problem, first off.
Right.
So you should be having one-on-ones with your manager anyway to talk about your career growth, how you get promoted, how you get the bump. You're supposed to be talking about these things periodically. It don't got to be every week, every month. But
I keep it a buck. I'm not doing that.
Oh, I talk to my every 2 weeks, bi-weekly. How am I progressing? How am I getting a 1? It's like the highest rank. How am I getting a 1 this year? Is the first conversation we about to have next week. How do I get a 1 in 2026? Let's work backwards, re-engineer. At the end of the year, I want you to say I'm a 1, which is the best rating you get. Right? How do I get that? How do I start in January building the foundation to get a 1 at the end of the year?
And I feel too, if people, because sometimes people are like, well, I'm not comfortable, or to your point, like I don't have the relationship. I tell everybody I've mentored, that I coach, stick to the facts. You don't have to bring your emotion, your personal needs, like get to, hey, what are the metrics that you have to actually put yourself? I mean, I think I said this on a pod at some point, but it's like you can't walk into any room demanding any type of love if you haven't given it back. And so there also are requirements that you have to meet. And before you start harping about what love languages you're not getting, you kind of got to do a check in yourself, like you do in any relationship of like, oh, you don't do this. And it's like, well, I technically haven't done anything for you either lately. Or you did tell me you wanted roses every week, and I felt like that was stupid, so I didn't give it to you. And it's like, that's not your determination to decide. Back to your receiving gifts, like, because of course that's like a thing in girlhood where guys are like, but this is stupid. And it's like, but if she says she wanted some flowers.
I don't think that, just
like,
so y'all know. Mama Janice taught me right.
Yeah, but it is one of those things.
Stupid, guys, okay?
Where like, same thing for women and men. It's like, yeah, you might hate your guy sitting on the game, but if he asks for the game and you love him, like, why would you not do something that actually lets him know, like, hey, I hear you, I love you, I hate this shit, but fine.
Yeah, but before you go into the office and have the one-on-ones, understand what the business is, going back to her point of fact.
That's true.
Right, so I'm not doing it like I just don't do it because I don't want to. Like, understand what the business is, where the business is going, and then that helps direct or guide your talk tracks.
Yeah,
1000%.
Because that point, like you made, if the company's not making any money, if we're losing, and you asking for raises and bonuses, no one's getting a raise or a bonus. So sorry, if that's your love language, you might have to leave that company.
And then you're telling me that you're not even listening or looking at any of the emails, because most of the stuff is public knowledge.
That's
like,
true.
unless you're at a very small, tight company where they're just keeping those types of things close to the chest, they have to report out because they have shareholders, they have all these things. So you get a copy of that as an employee. So a lot of that is like, be mindful of what you're asking when you're asking, you know? It's like asking a partner when you know they just lost their job, like, hey, can we go on a trip? It's like, are you stupid? Like, no, we can't go on a trip, you know?
Are y'all, last question, do y'all feel like y'all are getting your love languages currently in your career?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, definitely.
I
love you. Thank you.
Yes, 1000%.
Good. That's good. Because if we asked 10 of us, I'm pretty sure it'd be probably a mixed bag.
Probably
Yes and no, 50-50. Like,
Yeah.
nah, I ain't getting it. But
I mean, but to be fair, we're in that mature portion of our career that, like, you know, for all, I guess, all of us at this point, we're at least 20 years into a career, into some sort of corporate structure. I know.
We're doing math.
Right.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, we've been doing this for some time. And so you would hope at some point you navigate to a space that even people out there who might be like, no, it's like, but at some point you had it. And there might be, to Charles's point, you're just going through a rough time in your relationship with your career, but it doesn't mean it has to be forever. And that like reminder of you power what you have in your life regardless. So that's why I know it sounds so, it's not ignorant, but it can be a little offensive because people have been like, well, I can't find a job. I'm like, you can. You can. Like, if you really believe it, if you really try. But if you're just waiting for the right LinkedIn post to come your way, you're probably not.
Or they're waiting for the right love language.
Yeah.
That's what it is. They're waiting for the right career love language through the role that they're applying for. And they're like, maybe it ain't give me the compensation. Maybe it ain't give me the mentorship. Maybe it ain't give me this.
Yeah.
But you ain't gonna get them all.
No.
Yeah. I was gonna say, do you love that career? Do you love that just that language?
Yeah.
Or again, I mean, you have to have
that bag?
Listen, well, no, I had a client that for sure I was like, hey, if you're at the bottom of your finances, I don't think we're at a point right now that we can talk about you having to drive into an office or take a train into the office. Like, hey, at some point, you got to recognize, like, you need to say yes. I don't care if it's 60% of what you made. You can also still look for a job. Like, people act like once you get a job, you can't continue to look. Get the job, pay your bills, and keep the search going. So that's why I'm always like, it's not impossible where I know people's mamas, daddies, people I know now have 2-3 jobs. Like, it's not impossible. It just might not be all of what you want in one package.
Yeah. All right. So what are our takeaways?
Just like a real human in relationship, your love languages can change over time within a company. And you're gonna get it different ways. So again, I think just put the energy and time into what you want and what you want to get out of certain things. And I just think hopefully it all works out for you.
Okay.
I would say just as much as the love that you expect to receive, you have to give.
Ooh, I like that.
So always keep that in mind.
Yeah. I would say it's balance. You're not going to get all of your love languages at once. If you have multiple ones, you're not going to get them all at once. You may not get any of them sometimes, but just keep pushing. You'll get there. So eventually you'll be in a role where you're getting all your love languages and everything will be good. So I pray for that for y'all.
Yes.
So with that, we will see y'all next week. Please subscribe, like, share, comment on YouTube, please.
Let's
We'll
go.
see y'all next week.
Bye, y'all.
All right.